wow, here we are. Did I think that in the month of August or September when you're watching this video that we were going to be talking about the girl of the year so soon? No. However, American Girl threw us all for a loop and now here we are. So there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to talk about. So let's talk about it. Now, I would not be the Doll Studio by Chris if I did not give you guys my thoughts, my opinions on everything going on right now with American Girl. American Girl at the beginning of the week sent out an email blast basically about a event that is happening for Barry members exclusively to meet the Girl of the Year for 2024 in 2023. Yes, October 7th, the Girl of the Year for 2024 will be launched, okay? And from my understanding, you will be able to start purchasing her and her collection and everything that she comes with on October 7th. On October 7th, I already made my reservation to be able to go to this event in New York. Definitely say hi to me if you see me. But this is crazy. I feel like this is something that American Girl has never done. It does make me a little fearful of what's going on with the brand right now. Why are they trying to peddle the Girl of the Year like 3 months earlier than her actual like release date should be? It just doesn't make any sense to me, and like my entire mind has been boggled at the fact that she's going to be releasing 3 months early. I don't know. But let's just talk about the email. In the email, they basically stated that there's going to be an event for Barry members, that you can buy the doll, you can meet her before the year lets out for 2023. It's just a lot. I really do think that it's just a lot at this point. It's a little crazy, but let's talk about the email and what it hints at. From my understanding, she is going to be a Girl of the Year doll that is based during the summer or the spring. She doesn't seem to be like a cool toned American Girl doll that we've gotten in the past 2 years. Corinne was very cool toned, and then on top of that, Kavi was very cool toned. So I think she's going to be a warm toned doll like Nikki, like Leah. We're gonna see Blair. Like, we're seeing all of those colors being brought back. And with the way that American Girl likes to recycle a lot of their Girl of the Year ideas, I definitely feel like we're about to get Blair 2.0, Sage 2.0, Nikki 2.0. Like, we're just about to get another abridged version of those dolls. Her logo, American Girl always hints at what they're going to have story-wise. And in past years, Corinne, she got like the mountains, and then Kavi, she got like the flashing lights of like Broadway and all that. But this Girl of the Year has a braid going around her logo. So I think it looks like a braid, and then it does like go into like kind of like a tied off little bow at the end, but it also feels like it could be like the end of like a horse tail, and also it looks like it could be wheat, which I feel like no one's talked about. The fact that the logo does look like the logo for like wheat, like farming wheat, if that makes sense. So for me, when I saw that, I was like, she's about to be a farm girl. From my understanding, her name is going to be Lila Monetti or Lila Monetti. I don't know how to just like say it, and I'm pretty sure in the book they're gonna go into the whole how to pronounce her name thing. I probably will be reading her book the second that I get her. I will be at the store on October 7th to actually get the doll, so I'm very excited. But that's her name. I do like it. I don't mind it. I do think it's really pretty. It's definitely different than things that we've heard before from American Girl, and from my understanding, she's going to have an Italian background, so that's exciting, that's fun. And from my understanding, her entire collection is basically going to be a replication of Grace's collection, where the Girl of the Year goes to a foreign country, and then like her entire collection is basically based off of her in that other country. So I think that this Girl of the Year is going to be American going overseas to Italy, and that's going to be her whole story arc. Now let's talk about the way that I think that this doll is going to look. I think she's going to be a Joss mold. I feel like a lot of people have been saying that she's going to be a Mary Grace mold, and I just don't see that happening. I think she's going to be a Joss mold with red toned hair, more on the like caramel side with highlights, and then she is going to have highlights in her hair. It's going to be long and in a braid. I think she's going to have like an actual braid. She's not going to have like the sage braid or anything like that. I think she's going to have a meat hairstyle that has to do with braids. So I think it's going to be something along those lines. I think her eyes are going to be brown. I'm hoping that they do the 62 brown eyes, like the hazel eyes, as opposed to doing like the Samantha decal eyes. I want brown, just straight up brown eyes. Do not do the whole pinwheel thing. I don't want that. One thing that will annoy me is if American Girl does the Josefina mold again. I don't think we need it. I think that the Josefina mold needs to be put away and locked away until like another like maybe like 6 years, and then we can start seeing the Josefina Josefina mold have a comeback. But as of right now, do not put the Josefina mold on this Girl of the Year doll. There are way too many Girl of the Year dolls that have the Josefina mold, and I do not need to see another one. So please, oh, I will be so angry if it is a Josefina mold. Who knows? I do think it's gonna be a Joss mold. We did just get Nikki and Isabel. That thought just crossed my mind. So if anything, my next thought is that it's going to be a Joss mold. Who knows? I think she's gonna have long hair when you take her hair out of the braid. I think she's gonna have a meat braid. That's it. Her collection, like I said before, is definitely going to be based around the fact that she's Italian. I feel like her whole collection is going to be basically just like another American Girl doll bedroom. I don't think they're gonna do anything like super massive and huge like they did with Grace's Patisserie or Joss's van or Lainey's Camper. Like, I don't think we're gonna see something like massive come out of it because Kavi didn't really get anything like massive, like a big playset. So I think that we're definitely gonna get something on the smaller scale, kind of like what Kavi had. So that's where my mind is with that. This whole thing is just reminding me that they're definitely overshadowing a doll of color right now. Whether it's intentional or not, I feel like American Girl saw that people start to not care about the current Girl of the Year around October, November. Usually that's when the conversation even starts to happen, even as early as right now. Like, people are already like over the Girl of the Year. So I feel like American Girl was like, listen, they already like lose focus on the current Girl of the Year sometime in August. Why don't we just release her and get ahead of the curve in October or November when everyone starts to already move on from the current Girl of the Year? It's upsetting. I do think that it's overshadowing Kavi, obviously, because now it's her fighting with this new girl head to head to see who's going to be the popular one for the holiday season. And if the sales for Kavi are low, American Girl has more ammunition to basically say that dolls of color don't sell well. Yes. So that is very upsetting. Do I think the Girl of the Year line is going to be ended after this year? No. I think that it's going to go to 2025 is going to be their last Girl of the Year, and then they're going to cut it. But I don't personally think that this is going to be the year that American Girl magically decides to just give up the Girl of the Year line. I think it's a very coveted line by them. I think that a lot of people would be outraged if they did that this year. However, I think that 25 would be the sweet spot for them to stop. And I feel like that's when American Girl is like, okay, we can move on to other things and let's focus on the historical dolls more and get rid of this line altogether. So who knows? I'm worried though, especially with the fact that they've been releasing so many things this year. It just seems so like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited, very cautious, very, you know, like anxiety ridden at the whole thing. But yeah, it's definitely new. It's definitely different. I do just wish that they would have kept the dolls to be only available for 1 year. That's my main concern, is the fact that these dolls need to go back to being just 1 year. That's it. Do not make them here longer than they need to be. That is the one pet peeve that I wish that they would go back to, is the fact that these dolls need to go. They need to leave. They need to flee the building after their year's over. I feel like no matter what doll you are, you're a Girl of the Year doll. You clock in, girl, you gotta clock out at some point. And it has to be at the end of the year, so that way the new Girl of the Year has an entire year to be focused on. And I feel like that's what I miss most about this line. The releases of when they come in is neither here nor there to me, because I, you know, am one of those people that kind of taps out in October thinking about the Girl of the Year, but who knows? My final thoughts on it. I'm excited. I am not gonna lie to you guys. I will be there October 7th, and I definitely will be excited to see what they come up with. I do want a redhead. I do want them to do something different. I want brown eyes. If I see Yvette 2.0, if I see Blair 2.0, I'm just gonna be so furious, because this is the time that they can really do something cool with all the new molds that they've got. So let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Watch this doll come out with a classic mold. Okay. Anyway, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think. Will you be at the Berry member release party? Like, what are you going to be there? Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be going to the one in your city. And yeah, all right. Make sure you guys are following me on TikTok. My name is Chris, American Girl on TikTok. Make sure you guys are following this channel, The Doll Studio by Chris. Follow me on my Instagram, which is at The Doll Studio by Chris. And I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye, guys.